let's get into a couple of things today. And we got first up, let's start off with my girl Sherri Shepherd. So Sherri Shepherd ended up going to the premiere of, hope I'm saying the name right, the Broadway show Othello. 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 I think I'm saying it right. So when she was at the premiere, y'all, so she ended up, she was in there, walking through, and my homegirl Nia Long grabbed her by the arm, swung her around, and said, "Girl, I heard you was talking about me." And Sherry said, "Girl, what?" Girl said, "Girl, I wasn't talking about you. I think you got mistaken. Trey, no, you was talking about me, talking to Shay." And she said, "Yeah, you was." And walked out. Sherry said, "Hold up, girl." Sherry said, after the girl walked out, Sherry said, "Oh, no, you didn't have her." So the Chicago, Chicago came out. She said, "Girl, that wasn't me, girl. You ain't gonna just walk off after you spun me around, heifer." So she said during the intermission, she said I waited for her in the ladies' room for 15 minutes. She didn't show up, but Nia Long ended up. Sherry ended up going on her show and talking about it, but she didn't say who it was. But everybody knew who. Everybody put it out on blast that it was Nia Long. Nia Long came out to a reply and said the show was a wonderful. It was a wonderful night. I said, "Bitch, you's a shady bitch." But I said her, cause Sherry was like, Sherry said, "I have not shaded her. I ain't even shaded her. Sure, I may shaded one person, but it wasn't her." So I don't know what she talking about. Got me mistaken. I said, Chi-Town came out, girl. Chi-Town was about to handle that. But let's move on past my girl Sherry and Nia Long. Them and them two heifers. Let's move on to 23andMe. So apparently they didn't file bankruptcy, y'all, because they ended up getting hacked, and the hackers ended up um taking information of over 7 million people. Ugh. So they've been trying to sell the company and ain't nobody buying it. Don't nobody want it. I said I wouldn't want it either. Shoot, y'all didn't already got hacked. So why would I buy this company? Meaning you trying to give me something, they gonna have to figure things out. So let's move on past them. Let's move on to so we got a father. So a father of four, he ended up getting scammed. And it really didn't say what he got scammed for, but he went through his billing and trying to figure out his statements and think that some charges was being made, and he got scammed for 6,500. So he called his bank, Chase Bank, to try to get his money back, and they said we're not doing that. So he ended up had to call CBS. He ended up getting the CBS news involved. And when he got them involved, all of a sudden, Chase Bank then realized, oh, we can help him now. He checked his account; his money was back in there. I said, "This a mess." He had to go all the way to to mainstream media to get his money. You couldn't actually give him his money back after he got scammed out of his hard work money. Y'all mess. Let's move on past still. Let's move on to uh so we got Lauren LaRosa. You know her from uh the Breakfast Club. So apparently after all this just hilarious and her and the beef with the Breakfast Club that was going on, now Lauren LaRosa then got her own show. Yes, with all her radio through Charlemagne's company. So now, congratulations to her. I said, so was this all a scheme? Was that? We know that was real with Just Hilarious, but was it all set up to make sure this girl have a send off of her own show? I said, okay, I see the tactics. Tactics. y'all got going on. But I said, it's not, y'all could have did this way better. I said, got just crying at work and stuff, and now the girl that got her, the producer that got her own show now. I said, wow. So that explains, kind of make me start to think like that's why Charlamagne was joking during the whole back and forth on air meeting that should have been happening off air with the whole crew. But congratulations to Loren on her new gig. Good for you. Let's move on past that. Let's move on to so a man ended up going viral because he ended up encouraging other people that they need to talk to their dad about finding out the other side of the relationship when they growing up and their parents, you know, the family then broke up. He said you need to find out what really happened because it ain't always what you seen it to be. And I said sometimes you do need to do that, but a lot of the times the mother may tell you what's going on and she may not. And most of the time, it really be the father that be telling you oh, this is what happened, and all this stuff that your mama was this, that, and the third, and that really don't be what's be going on, and you end up finding out that your dad is no good the whole time, or the other way around. But he went viral for that, encouraging people to actually who have a parent that's not in their life to actually speak to the dad or the mom and find out why the home was broken. Get the other side. Don't just take one side because the one parent that was in your life steadily there. Get the other side and then make a full conclusion. But let's move on past that. Let's move on to the last thing I got for y'all, and that comes from half and half star Rachel True. So she ended up coming out to let us know that she didn't get paid what her white counterparts did, co-stars did. She got paid half of that. And that when she used to go on, she used to be on the top of audition sheets and everything, and she still only got paid half of that. And I'm like, she said even when she was the star at half and half, she said she only got paid half being a star. I said, damn. But I said half and half was that show. I said I love that show. Everybody was amazing. And for her not to be paid top dollar, for any of them not to be paid top dollar on that show, and it being on UPN and stuff, that's crazy. And that tells you that we still have a long way to go when it comes in business overall when it comes to black folks, and that you really have to really know your worth and know that you're gonna have to fight for what you want. If you become a star of a sitcom or something, and this is how much you want per episode, you're gonna have to go for it. And you may have to get the right attorney and everything else that to help you get that, then so be it. Do what you gotta do. But that's all I got for y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Join the channel. It's your boy Paul, and thank y'all for tuning in. Have a nice day, y'all. Bye.